my friend Lars and I are still exploring the scenic Lofoten Islands. We weave through the nice roads, test driving the Volvo XC60.
One thing good about it is that I get to have a lot of information in my cockpit. I have one multifunction display here, and I have one right here in my speed is right there. My route guide is here as well. I don't have to look on the side. So with a beautiful view like this, this is very nice. The water and the mountains. Your hand position for your gear is just right.
It was such a pleasant drive that we didn't notice it's already close to midnight. That's another sampling of Lofoten's magic, the midnight sun. During the summer, areas above the Arctic Circle experience the sun for 24 hours. This is caused by the Earth's tilt on its axis. Rotating around the sun, the Earth's inclination causes these areas to be exposed to the sun, keeping them illuminated even when the Earth is spinning. The effect is seeing the sun setting only to rise back again over the horizon. It began to drizzle as we arrived in Rorbu, a typical fisherman's house where Lars and I will stay in the next few days. There was more exploring to do, but I needed a good night's sleep, even if the sun was already out. As we drove around, we saw wooden beams filled with dried fish.
Stockfish is unsalted fish, dried by cold wind and air and hung by wooden racks. This kind of food can last for many, many years.
Stockfish is Norway's longest sustained export commodity, from the Viking Age to the medieval period. They don't need to be salted or smoked, as the temperature here is just below freezing, so the fish don't freeze or rot. They simply dry out and keep their nutrients. Every winter, the Arctic cod travels from the barren seas by the millions to Lofoten's warmer waters where they spawn. They come in such big numbers that the fishermen from the entire coast of Norway take part in the fishery. Stockfish has fed countries like Iceland that it is considered a staple food like bread. Lars and I visit the Lofoten Fishing Museum in O to learn more about the history of fishing here. Showcasing the last 250 years of Norway's fishing history, the Fishing Museum was a good insight into the industry that built these very islands. We went inside a typical Rorbu, or fisherman's house.
So Lars, this is a typical fisherman's house, huh?
Yes, looks us.
Well, they have a fish even there.
Yeah. It must be in hard times. Well,
Yes.
it must be cold here.
These Rorbu were often cramped quarters, with 2 to 3 men sleeping head to feet in single beds. They would have to endure the cold and wet winters as the fishing season came to Lofoten.
And all their fishing gear is just outside of the next room.
Yes, they went up with the small boats and use their nets and with a hook they take up the fish.
Most of these homes are built on poles over the water and are typically painted red, the cheapest color at the time. The old Rorbu cabins have been transformed to guest houses. Lars and I also went to the boathouse, where we saw the type of boats used by fishermen at the time.
So Lars, these are the typical boats in the past, huh? Like a Viking boat, I see. And this is made out of wood?
Yes, made of wood.
Yeah, wood altogether, huh? So it has a deep cut.
Easy to fast to sail.
Yes.
Easy to row.
These Nordland boats dominated Lofoten's waters at that time. They were made of light timber and can move fast across the water. With the abundance of codfish being caught, another lucrative product in Lofoten was cod liver oil.
So this is where they make this cod liver oil.
Yes.
I can never forget this, Lars, because my mother always wants me to take this.
Cod liver oil is known for its health properties, containing omega-3 and vitamins A and D. But in earlier times, it was used to fuel oil lamps and tan leather hides. Today, one can still see and even smell the remnants of this old cod liver oil factory where the museum stands. From the age of the Vikings up to the present time, there is no denying the fact that the arrival of the cod on these waters has helped build this nation to what it is today. Up next, will the gods look kindly on me as I venture into the waters of Lofoten and try out my luck in fishing? Stick around to find out.